hi everybody. Here we are on the Cool Crone, and I've got Val and Cleo here, and we're just dying to discuss Three-Eye Atlas. And I don't know if you all realize, but yes, today is the day that it is closest to the Earth, and I'm very excited about that. So, I had done a video last week. I hope you all watched it. It is required viewing for this video. No, I'm kidding. It's not. It's not required, but it would be nice if you had watched it. But whatever. And I just wanted to bring up a couple of things. But before I bring that astrological stuff up, I just wanted to say that in the last, I think it's been just the last within today, that there have been bursts of Schumann resonance. And if you don't know what that is, that's the energies that go around the sun in what's called a torus pattern, right? And this affects us a lot. A lot of people are very, very sensitive to the Schumann resonances. And it had been very, very quiet most of 2025, actually, like hardly noticing it all. And today, it's a burst of it. And today is the day, of course, that the Three-Eye Atlas is coming closest to the Earth. And Val has a couple of things to say about that.
Yeah, well, this morning, it was like mad on the internet and on YouTube that Three-Eye Atlas changed course again. And it's also pulsing now at a rate of 60 seconds. It changed timing to match Earth's 24-hour cycle. Every 60 seconds, it is pulsing this frequency. And the frequency shifted into hertz or megahertz frequencies to match the Schumann resonance of Earth.
Wow.
This is not comet-like behavior.
Right.
Unless physics needs, this is Michio Kaku's his theorizing that either they have to change their theoretical physics in relationship to this, or this is not a comet.
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
So what I look at when I hear all this, there's just so much. If you go and watch anything about it today that came out, you're going to hear about all this. But there's so many details about it that I, as a non-scientist, cannot even begin to tell you about it. But it's just so much scientific data that even JPL, which is NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratories, got together and are meeting secretly with all the top people confidentially. What do you think they're meeting about? So
how much egg is on our face now? That's what they're meeting about.
Exactly. So so many feeds of the official agencies getting pulled and yanked, and then this was just, we're just having technical issues, or this was renovation. We're reformatting our systems. No, we can't let anybody know about this. So what I loved about the Schumann resonance idea, that the frequency is in harmony with the Earth, is it just shows you, and it's pulsing with the every minute pulse, like the heartbeat of the Earth or our human cycle. It shows you it's here in harmony to provide us information, frequency, codes of light, whatever it's here to do. It's harmonizing with us. So what do you think it's doing? It's harmonizing us in many ways.
Yeah.
What it does is all these things that I got and read on about Three-Eye Atlas are making sense now to me, and that's why I'm so excited about it. But what about you?
Well, I just feel that the more I try to understand the scientific stuff, the more my head just starts to feel like it's filled with bubble tea.
There's so many.
There's
It's
so
like
much.
Michio Kaku was saying, it's like 1.8 billion times impossible for this to have done this.
Yeah.
I mean, if they're theorizing the possibility of it happening, it is like astronomically impossible.
Yeah, it would be more likely that it fell into the orbit of one of the planets that it just went by.
Exactly.
Or the sun.
Oh, you just
go ahead.
I just got excited because you just reminded me of another thing that I totally forgot. And this was on another show, but they were saying what happened is, the comet was green, then it was blue, and now as it approaches Earth, or in our
neighborhood,
it's golden white. That is the stream. Whoa, I mean, comets don't. He was going through all the physics, all the particles and materials that would colorize it in that way, and the likelihood of anything in any combination, it would require metal. It would have to be metal underneath. It's just not possible. So unless it's possible. So
Well, so are you saying that it's not a comet, or that it is a comet and it's just a strange comet? And what is the difference between a comet and an asteroid?
I don't know. I'll Google it. I'm not a scientist. And
that's a tough one.
I'm going to Google that one. But here's
because would it be strange for a comet to have metal in it? I don't think so, right?
It's not the kind of metal. What they're saying is that I wish I had a photographic memory so I could tell you exactly what they said.
Me too.
Just like Colleen said, when you hear like 20 minutes of pure raw data and you hear it and hear it and hear it, and it's just continuously new information, you can't even wrap it up and keep it in your brain.
Right.
I don't have the scientific background for it to sink in. And but whatever it is, it's not comet-like.
Okay, so you guys don't know why it's changing color.
No, it has a certain amount of nickel in it, which is a metal, right? But not at the amount or ratio or whatever that most comets have, and not in the ratio. It's nickel to something else that is used in industrial building. That's what 3i Atlas has, as opposed to the type of amount and ratio that regular comets have. So it's all out of whack. Same with water. It has very little water, whereas comets have a lot of water, which is why they're called dirty snowballs. Right? Because they're icy. But here, I looked up the difference between asteroids and comets. It says the main difference is composition and behavior. Asteroids are rocky metallic remnants from the inner solar system, while comets are icy, dirty snowballs from the outer solar system. When comets approach the sun, their ice vaporizes, creating a glowing coma and long tails, which asteroids generally lack. Asteroids found mostly in the asteroid belt, asteroids are found mostly in the asteroid belt, while comets originate from the Kuiper belt or Oort cloud. And that we have a lot of asteroid planets, actually, and dwarf planets in the Kuiper belt that are not comets because they're orbiting. They have orbits. But this entered our galaxy near the Oort cloud, but it's not just an asteroid, and I don't think it's a comet. I'm not a scientist, guys. Please don't come at me and say, how can you say it's a comet? It's not a comet. Don't bother arguing with me. I'm a tarot reader on YouTube. I'm not a friggin' scientist. I'm just saying my opinion. I'm just saying from all the stuff that all the very, very learned scientists have that I've listened to have told me, I don't think they think it's a comet, but they're using their scientific method to try to figure out what it is and what it might do. That's the other thing, is that they're concerned with what it might do. But anyway, that's the difference.
Okay, so do you have any feeling about that it might be under control by an outside intelligence?
I think so. I think, from what I did a chart about the day that we sighted it, and they, categorized it, and, started taking data on it and measurements and all of that stuff. And to me, it feels like something is controlling it, because it has done the change of speed now a couple of times.
Yes.
It has done the change of direction or course corrected a couple of times.
Yeah.
It has these jets that come off of it, which are not behaving the way sometimes on comets, when the water vaporizes really fast, it seems like a jet, right?
Right.
That is not what this thing is doing.
And Michio Kaku was saying it's a propulsion jet. That's what he called it. He said it has propulsion jet, which, because he talked about solar winds and all of that kind of thing, and what people always theorize, but solar winds don't blow you sideways. So here was AI Atlas going, and it went like this. It made a complete course heading change that isn't normal.
According to our laws of physics and mechanics.
He said the degree of change, hundreds and thousands of, I don't know what he was saying, in space to make this. There isn't enough propulsion from a normal comet to have done that. And that to make that big of a course correction is not possible.
Right.
I mean,
you mean it's just like all of a sudden it took a left or right hand turn?
Yes. Or
that's
a 45 degree.
Wow. Huge. Okay.
It's like ginormous, according to him. Of course, I don't have scientific terminology, but apparently it's oh, well, look what it just did. And this broke the internet this morning, today.
And think about when people are seeing UFOs, and they're thinking, oh, this is a drone, or this is an airplane, or this is a rocket in a weird place, or whatever. And then all of a sudden, that UFO, or I can't remember what the letters are for the new way they talk about it, but we'll just say UFO.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, the UFO does what 3i Atlas just did. It just goes left, and it just moves really fast.
Yeah.
That's what this reminds me of.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
It does remind you of, and I think they call them UAPs now, but
UAPs, thank you.
Just because they want to get away from the UFO thing, but the whole thing is UFOs. That's what they are.
Yeah.
So
marketing.
So, it's marketing. Yeah. It's to get your mind off of the other thing, to take you to a new thing. Well,
it's like the word witch. People get so all balled up in a knot.
They got their panties in a wad.
And then what are they doing? They're praying to the moon. They're boiling herbs on the stove. They're putting salt on their thresholds.
Yeah.
They're blessing everybody that comes in. They've got feathers and rocks and stones on a special little dresser in the living room. Oh, that's not an altar. You're not practicing witchcraft. It's like you all are. You are all witches.
I don't think there's anything that we do that doesn't involve some what traditional witchcraft would have been considered. I don't think there's any of us that don't have rituals and things that we do that are just exactly like that. That's the altar, the candles, the whole entire thing, just like you were saying. It's ancient. It's ancient.
Healing. I mean, it's so ancient, and it's good. But anyway, back to 3i Atlas. So all the stuff that it's doing is very, to me, UAP like. I don't know. And I had said on, I think it was our last show, that what if it was just this space ship, a huge big ship that was just covered with all the ice and dust and debris of its thousands, maybe tens, maybe hundreds, maybe millions of years journey through the space's atmosphere or lack of atmosphere. And all this stuff just has stuck to it.
Yeah.
That would make more sense than, oh, it's a comet.
Yeah, exactly.
Also, another thing, do you watch the guy? Oh, I wish I had his name. I should have written down his name. The guy, I don't know where he is. He's in the United States, and he's been taking a lot of photographs. And I just
Ray's
yes, Ray
photography or something like that. He does a fabulous job, and I've been following him as well.
Yes, and
yes,
he and I don't know where else I got this idea, but a couple of people were saying, you know, there are distortions in the way the photography is coming out.
Yes.
And if we really dig into these distortions, this thing is actually, it's representing itself small,
and it's
but it's actually huge, way huge. And yeah, it does have a
rotation.
Mm-hmm.
It has a rotation, and it is, like they say, as big as Manhattan.
Bigger.
Bigger than Manhattan.
He's saying now it's bigger. It's more like one of the dwarf planets, but flying around in our galaxy, not in just the Kuiper belt. So how could it do that? See the planets that have gravitated into the Kuiper belt, it's said that they were broken off from other larger planets. Okay, that makes sense. That's fine. But this thing, it acts a lot like both an asteroid and a comet. It has no connection to gravity of any kind. So it's got to kind of have its own gravity, don't you think?
I think it does. You hit on something there. For it to behave in this way, it's got its own thing going on.
Yeah.
And don't forget the comets that fly, the little
herd that flies with it.
Yes, I mean, don't forget. What the heck is that?
Now that is either staying with it because of a sense of gravity, and in a different way from our gravity to the sun and moon's gravity to us, but it's staying with it either because of gravity or because of control, right? And here's the other thing too that I got from the astrology of this is that a big thing that I think that this is teaching us, and it's teaching both the scientists and light workers and just the general population, is that these laws of physics, of science, of metaphysics, of spirituality, there is actually no difference between any of them.
It certainly is showing that it's interfacing, and it has there's some coherence there going on, that maybe there's a marriage of it together. And this is showing us that, hey, it's got a mission. Gold is wisdom. Gold, silver, wisdom, divine feminine and is silver, divine masculine is golden. It could be bringing in all that wisdom and all that divine feminine and masculine balance on the planet. There's just so many other ways you can think about the Schumann resonance and frequency that it's projecting. And it's a signal. It's projecting it every 60 seconds. This is happening right now, all the way till January 8th.
Yeah.
So
it is
it's doing
some kind of sentience there. There's some kind of sentience there. But I think that the biggest sort of lesson that I think we may learn, I don't know that we will, but we may learn, is this boundarylessness. There's no boundaries between all of these things. And in the last, what would you say, Val, 10 or 15 years, the connection to the quantum field has become so much more to show us, I don't know when they did the Haloid Collider, but that had happened. I think that was after I went to Ecuador. And that was the year I really got introduced to the idea that the quantum field was not just some scientific thing.
Exactly.
You're giving me the
chills.
It was us connecting to the universe, literally connecting to the universe, connecting to the Akashic records, connecting to all this stuff. And there is no distinction between that and the universe.
That's a brilliant connection to make. And I love how you tied this in with quantum physics, because this is really, everything you said is so accurate. It has just been a short while, maybe the last 10 years, where we have started to focus on the quantum field, quantum physics, quantum universe, quantum multidimensionality of the human. And it's all ties together with everything happening now, is that we're thinking outside our little box with all of this.
And I know there were scientists working on things like AI and the quantum field and all of this stuff 10, 20 years before that, maybe 50 years before that.
Right.
I remember my first husband had a cousin who was just brilliant and all into AI. And, you know, I ended that marriage before 2000. So that was in the 90s. You know, we were talking to him, and the stuff that I was listening to him say, and he was like, what do you think of this? You're an astrologer and you look at things in the future. And I said, well, I think it's absolutely the future. I don't think it's here yet, but I think it's the future. And he goes, yeah, that's exactly right. It isn't quite ready for prime time, but it's definitely the future. And I do believe that that's where he is working now, or maybe he's retired. He's really smart, so he's probably already retired. But so
you nailed that one too, because here it is, and we're just taking our baby steps into it, but it's going 100 miles an hour. Forget it.
It really is. It really is. And so those guys who were thinking about that, they were touching on the quantum field mentally, spiritually, really.
Yes.
You know, they were touching on it, and they were trying to do it really mechanically with computers.
Yes.
It would have been much easier for them to do it mentally.
Yes.
And quicker.
Yeah, exactly.
But
I love how science is, there's a bridging coming together with science and metaphysics and that quantum field. And just as you said, this you know, Akashic records and all of this access is open to everyone. Really, it's just open. It's becoming common knowledge.
Yeah.
And manifesting in the quantum field, everything about that.
Yeah.
So 3i Atlas coming in is just like, what? You know, if you think everything in your universe, everything in your multiverse is created by you, this isn't outside of ourselves. This was a creation. We had come to, in some way, it's helping us with this awakening process, because that's what's happening now. So
well, I think we got the 100th monkey. You know, we got enough people on the planet getting enlightened, and their desire, putting, as Esther Hicks would say, their rocket of desire went out, and they said, you know, we want to be able to manifest with the masses, but also individually.
Yes.
And I think all of these things are just saying, well, there's no difference. There's no difference. And I heard, do you ever listen to Jennifer Lisa Vest?
I do. Yeah. Every so often I catch one of her videos.
And something that really went along with the astrology too, is that our idea of life forms are the reason that we are, and I'm going to use the word, please don't be offended, but retarded in our ability to understand science and the cosmos, because we are restricting ourselves by what we feel is true life, right? Yes. Carbon-based life forms are not the only life. Yes. There is life in many different forms, but our scientists have focused on what's on Earth. And, you know, to their credit, thank you for helping humanity. But when you guys are trying to look, or women too, if you're trying to look out in the cosmos for life, gee, guys, there's all sorts of different
kinds of different entities and beings that are walking around or floating around. I mean,
shimmering around
in kind of a jellyfish form, or even an octopus form, or
what about just light bodies?
Just light bodies floating around.
Okay.
It's just endless. So yeah,
All right,
the
I
creation
have
of
a I
the-
have a theory. I have a theory.
Lay it on.
After I've been listening to you guys and trying to connect with my guides, I'm like, what in the world is this? Now you had said on another show about this that there was an age of around 8,000 years.
Well, that's what they originally
Yeah.
said, and Avi
Yeah.
Loeb is amending that to maybe it started a millennia ago.
Right, right. Okay, so here's my thought. I mean, I'll just throw this out there. Maybe it means absolutely nothing, but that this thing started out as one thing and has grown over time, and that's why it looks like a big huge rock. I mean, I'm really simplifying this whole thing. I think it is controlled by another intelligence out there, but that does not have that intelligence in the comet or in the
Mhm.
it's not like it's a spaceship, but it is controlled by things, and that since it's moving through space all this time, it's picking up. It's like if you had a ship or a submarine or something going through the water for thousands of years, it picks up barnacles and it picks up all kinds of
Exactly.
stuff. So this has made this thing humongous, huge.
Mhm.
And that's what I think it is. It's something that's controlled by somebody else, and I have no idea what the purpose would
No,
be.
I was just
But
going to say, and what would be the frequency it's putting off, the hertz frequency, and
that would
all
be
of
their
that?
connection to
There.
wherever the
Yes.
intelligence is coming from that kind of semi controls it. I mean, it's out of control, but it's semi controlled.
Or it's kind of like a giant drone, right?
Yeah,
Yes,
And the
drone,
drone,
yes,
yeah,
yeah.
drone
Just a
has a
massive
controller.
giant
yeah.
drone.
Yeah, this is what I think too, that it contains or uses some kind of sentience that
Yeah.
is connecting to a more controlling power, being, whatever. And it would have to, because if it has been traveling all this time, well, maybe there are life forms that can last for millennia. I don't know. But if we would just think about carbon-based life forms, right? If they're traveling through all of this space and time, I know that people who go in space frequently don't age the way they do when they stay on Earth, mainly because
true.
of gravity. Their
Yeah.
organs don't age as much. The body doesn't, the meat suit doesn't fall apart as bad because they're not being pummeled with gravity all the
It's
time.
true.
Meat suit.
And so in that respect, yes, it could last a lot longer, but still it's going to be finite. That carbon-based meat suit it's finite. It's not going to last forever. Other life forms maybe fare better out there in space, but still, would you put a living being in this?
No, it doesn't contain a living being.
No.
It is controlled by a living being somewhere.
Like a drone. Yeah.
Or a group or a council.
Yeah.
Can we say
Or a
that?
council. And Charlie in the chat is saying it made a Schumann wave at the time it aligned with Earth, and that's true. I heard that too.
Yeah.
That as soon as it came into the nearest proximity of Earth, all of a sudden it wasn't doing its normal pulsing. It wasn't doing whatever it was doing. It switched to the Schumann resonance and did a Hertz, burst. And then it timed it, and within 24 hours, it was timed up with that beat, with our time every 60 seconds.
It's got to do with the magnetic field of Earth, I would think.
I don't know.
That's some kind of an electronic interaction between Earth and this thing.
Can you repeat that? I was looking at a comment. I missed what you just said.
I was saying that that as soon as A3I Atlas came into proximity with Earth, it immediately switched to a Schumann resonance and created a burst that burst to Earth. And then all of a sudden, within a certain amount of time, it switched to a 60-second pulse of the resonance.
Yeah.
Like in our 24-hour system, 60 seconds, 1 minute, every minute.
Yeah. It's not what any of those scientists are thinking it is. They're still limiting their thinking. They're still thinking it has to be this or that. You know, they're still in duality
Well,
mode.
that's science.
Yeah.
That's science.
And
They
that's
have.
sad. That's what Avi Loeb keeps saying. But
He's trying to get them out of the box.
yeah, he's trying to think out there.
And
You
even
know,
Michio Kaku's trying to get them to think out of the box. Well, if this isn't this, then it's not a comet, or we have to create new theories for
new
how
categories.
it's working, because this isn't what we think it is. We have to rework physics and understand this, because
And I
this
think we
isn't working
do.
out.
I
Yeah,
think we do. I mean,
Yeah.
are we really? We're not treating the earth really well. We're
Yeah.
not treating our bodies very well. I mean, some countries are. We're not doing a particularly good job. We're not taking care of the environment very well. So obviously our physical understanding of how to do things, physics, right?
Yeah.
Not the greatest humans. You know, we could do better.
Yeah.
We
Yeah,
could do better.
absolutely. And Charlie is saying that Atlas started the pulsing, the one every 60-second pulsing, within 24 minutes of doing that big burst of Schumann frequency. And then within 24 minutes, it was doing the every minute.
That's
pretty fast. That is
That's
pretty fast.
That's pretty
Wow.
fast. Yeah.
super
that's-
fast. When you
wow,
can
that's super
that's like this. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just quick.
Yeah.
Because you know, when you compare that to all time and the miles that this thing has come, and does anybody have any idea how fast it's moving?
You know,
Oh, well, we're not the signed. You know, Cleo, we can't.
Well,
do
I
this
just
in
thought
our
maybe
pea
you'd read
brain.
something somewhere about
All
it.
right, I'll Google it. Because they do put times on it.
It has changed its speed. That's another thing that makes it comet-like, is that it'll slow down, it'll speed up. It has changed its speed, which shouldn't be possible, actually.
And it's a consistent speed. It's like a foot on a gas pedal. It's like no, it's more like what do you call it when your car goes that certain speed? My brain's in another plane.
Miles per hour?
No. The
What are you talking about?
control on the car when you
The
have
throttle?
No.
The foot
Governor.
pedal?
The automatic control when you set it and it's
the cruise control.
Cruise control.
Thank you.
Oh, brother.
It's get with it. Keep up, people. Come on. No,
Keep up. You're the one that couldn't remember cruise control.
Well, my brain's going somewhere else. So it's as if the thing controlling it is using cruise control, because it's not a speed up that is due to the impact of something or the propulsion of jets. Or, by the way, I think there was also a slowdown at one point.
Yes.
And so
was.
it's, you know, how do you explain that? How does that happen in a void in space? You know,
so happened, not comet-like at all.
Cruise control is what's going on. Okay, so here's where it's going, and this, I don't know at what point it clocked this, but it says it's around 130,000 miles per hour or 210,000 kilometers per hour.
Oh.
Making it the fastest interstellar object detected in our solar system. And its speed increased as it approached the sun, reaching about 153,000 miles per hour or 246,000 kilometers per hour at its closest point, which is called perihelion, before slowing down again as it heads back out, a classic hyperbolic path for an object from another star system. That's interesting.
That's interesting.
Well, then it's also it's picking up energy from the sun. I think it's also picking up something with our magnetic field, and then who knows how the other planets affect it.
It's almost like it's, and as you say that, Cleo, I'm envisioning it making all these visits to these different planets like the sun and delivering. It's a delivery system, and we're getting whatever it's delivering to us in some way. That's what it feels like with its bursts of energy to us. As soon as it was in proximity. It's very.
So you're thinking that the burst of energy affects the Earth, or it affects the people on Earth?
Both.
Yeah, that Schumann resonance has affected everybody.
Everything.
We had power surges.
Yeah.
I had a little power surge in my house yesterday morning. We had little power surges today. People, I work on a help desk. I listen to people complaining about their computer stuff all the time. And so many people had issues with power today. It was
Ooh.
slow. It was very slow. It was
I know.
disconnecting. It was that, and I'm like,
It's been crazy. And Jules Niner is saying it also, 3i Atlas broke up behind the sun. I did hear about that. And one piece was directly in line with Earth. Then it changed direction and crashed into our moon. It is a metallic sphere that crashed. So
wow.
Wow. Oh my God.
And now here's another thing that happened when it was going around the sun is it was losing mass as it approached perihelion.
Yes.
And yet when it came out of perihelion from all of the spectrometers and everything, it had gained a little mass.
Yes.
How do you explain that?
How do you explain that?
Well, I know things like that happen in the quantum field.
I mean, there's something about the quantum field and quantum physics and quantum entanglement and quantum everything that we are just baby stepping into it now as the new human, and our scientists are now going outside the box here, which is great. I think we're going to have answers in baby steps as we go through this. And
I just can't wait to see how people just turn into blubbering idiots when they realize that there is no boundary between science, metaphysics, spirituality, medicine, bodies, thought. You know,
it's all one. It's in the body of what everything is. All that is.
I've been saying this most of my life. You know, everything is connected to everything. Everything's
connected.
You know, if you can, you know, realize how zen it is to just live in life and just accept that, it's just you'd just be so happy.
It's so much better, and that's even saying people's shadow sides. I know this isn't 3i Atlas information, but even your shadow side, just embrace it. It's part of you, your ego, anything. It's all, everything in front of you is you, even everyone you see. So just embrace everything and flow with it, because life just becomes so much easier.
Yeah.
And easier to understand. Yeah.
Are you feeling like 3i Atlas is a benevolent entity?
Yeah.
I think we sent it. However we did it, our future selves are, I don't know, all time is now, but I feel like we definitely are all connected, and there's a reason for everything.
Okay. Now it's time for a little astrology. Okay. So I'm not going to repeat everything I did in the astrological analysis that I did of this thing. I for the people in the audience that don't have any idea what the heck I'm talking about, there is, I created a chart, and I'm sure I'm not the only astrologer who did this, but I created a chart for the moment that the scientists declared that they had identified 3i Atlas. And in that chart, I won't tell you all the things, but there's a few key points that I think are just astounding. One is that it has in the chart. Now, this is not 3i Atlas's chart. This is the chart of our seeing it, our discovering it, embracing it, knowing it. Okay. And in this chart, the ascendant, which is your image and how you project things to the world, is Gemini. And that's a creative thinker. It's also multiple personalities, multiple images, multiple things that are, you know, when we look at star people who are really very, very, I think it's the Pleiadians, you know, really identify with Pleiadians. They're very shiny. They like very shiny things. They may not have eyebrows. They may cultivate their look to where their hair gets lighter and lighter and lighter, where it's just like white, almost translucent. lose the eyebrows. They may wear very shiny makeup. They may dress in very shiny fabric. And before you know it, they are presenting as light beings because of that, because they're just reflecting light through everything. That's very Geminian, I'm here, but I'm not here. I'm a human, but I'm not a human. Very Gemini, this duality. So anyway, so 3i Atlas has a Gemini rising. It also has on this chart the planet Uranus conjunct or connected to this ascendant in Gemini. And Uranus on the ascendant usually presents as a very unusual physique. And it usually means the person is quite tall or quite large. Well, 3i Atlas, quite tall, quite large, very, very large. And then the moon in the chart is in a very, very good aspect or harmonious flow with the planet Venus. So there's a tremendous amount of feminine energy in this chart that flows very easily, very naturally. So lots of healing, nurturing, helping others to realize their own potential, bringing about a secure, loving, helpful outcome. That's what I got from this. And the moon resides in the 4th house of the chart, which represents home, family, domestic environment. It's coming to our home. It's coming to our home. It's impacting our home in a very positive, loving, nurturing way. And just a couple more things. It is in this connection with Venus. Venus is in the 12th house, right above the ascendant. That's a secret house. It's also the house for foreign lands or things that are very, very, very far away. Things that are maybe forgotten or hidden. But it also, because the Venus is there, it's very, very secure, subtle feminine power, very subtle nurturing power, but very powerful. And I had some other things. If you want to hear about them, please watch the video. It was I had a lot of fun doing it, but it was also that the key point is that the midheaven, which is its legacy, what it will leave us with, is in Pisces. Very loving, very compassionate, very spiritual, but also very able to flow. It's the last water sign, and it is the last sign in general. And so very, very much a very high spiritual frequency to this whole experience. And Venus being in the 12th house, it's in the sign of Taurus. So Venus is love and Taurus is the earth.
Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing, just like that.
Loves the earth, loves the earth. So those are my key points.
I mean, that's
astrology.
Yeah, that all makes sense. I mean, it really does. Yeah, I love that. I love that. That's pretty amazing, actually.
Yeah, it is pretty amazing. I know. As I was pulling this stuff out, I was just like,
it's just like, what?
Whoa.
You can't make this stuff up.
No. I expected at some point I would find something that was really like dogged or pedantic or
but it's all like higher vibe, shifting kind of energy. That's pretty telling. And I love that you did it from the perspective of the time that we discovered it. And that's perfect timing.
Some are calling it the third eye atlas.
The third eye atlas.
I don't think that's a mistake.
It's not.
I don't think there's very many mistakes in this universe. I think you have to just accept that some of these things are just like, yep, that's right.
Yeah, exactly.
Go with it.
I think everything happens for us. It's happening for us, no matter what is happening in our reality, in our consciousness. It's a gift in some way, even if sometimes it doesn't feel like a gift after you do see usually that gift and what you got from an experience. This one, though, is exciting, fun, and altering our perception of reality and what is so, and what scientifically we've thought is pretty much set. Or, I mean, it's hard to say theoretical physics of set because it's theory, but I'm saying it does make you think outside of a box. And your connection to everything in the multiverse, in the quantum field, It is out there. When you think about this interstellar object coming in and behaving unlike anything that we have recognized or tracked, and we've been doing this for a lot of years. So we have a history of how comets behave, and this isn't comet-like, but
no, it's not. But it's also, I think it's very interesting that it's coming now.
Yeah.
And I want to reiterate some things we talked about in past videos, that it has aligned itself in such a way that not only is it not orbiting, but flying, or whatever you want to call it, on the same trajectory, the same ecliptic plane as all the other planets in our galaxy do, because they orbit the sun. And this is allowing it to get close to 5 of the planets, including the sun and moon.
How could you even make that up? Think about that. Just the idea that it could do that, get close to that many planets.
Yeah. And
that is just weird. That is
weird. And it's getting close to the largest planet, Jupiter, which is pretty risky. I mean, Jupiter, what is it, 13 moons around Jupiter? It just grabs things to pull into its gravitational force.
It doesn't go to Jupiter next after Earth. It goes to Jupiter.
Yeah, and it's going to be there in March. And
that's going to be fun.
And if we were taking a spaceship to go from here to Jupiter, I think Avi Loeb said it would take us till like 2037 to get there.
Yeah.
This thing is going there in less than 4 months.
Yeah, think about that, everyone.
I
mean, that's pretty outstanding. And as we were sitting here, I just had the realization that as it is going to all of these planets that affect us astrologically, and we've talked about this, Colleen, where every heavenly body is affecting us, whether it's nodes or whatever it is, it's affecting us in our body, mind, and spirit on so many different levels. Well, this is stopping at all these planets, and think about it interfacing or whatever it's doing in each visit to each different planet, and what it's doing for it. As these planets shift, think of each planet shifting and upgrading and updating, and we are as well. And so it's like a divine orchestration of an uplifting of our complete galaxy, solar system, however you want to look at it. I'm just pulling out words.
And these upgrades for these planets, these are all the personal planets that we know. So it's very personal for us. So, you know, as above, so below, literally here.
Literally.
And it is affecting us in such a profound way, not only because it's going to these very personal planets, but because if those planets begin to change, think of what our scientists could learn about those planets and therefore learn about life.
Exactly.
You know, what life is. I also wanted to point out something else. You know, it seemed like from 2016 to, you know, pretty recently, like the last 10 years, every time we had these planets come, mainly because we had so much Pluto going on with our country, but every time we had some sort of an astrological event, the astrologers and the light workers and everybody was saying, this is the opportunity to let go of everything that's holding you back. Let go of anything that's hurting you. Let go of the things you no longer need. We're not saying that anymore, are we?
No, we're not saying that anymore. And I feel like 3i Atlas, though, is really coming in as a catalyst to shake up the that illusionary stuff. And you know, we just have to be light. We just have to recognize ourselves as source. That's our only job. And the rest of it takes care of itself. If you just see yourself from that perspective of who you really are, the rest takes care of itself. And so we're not having to do a lot of stuff. It's going to be happening. It's been happening where things are just becoming crystal clear. The veil is falling away. The illusion of 3D is falling away. And that's just been something I've been seeing with everyone, not just myself, but I find it pretty fascinating that 3i Atlas is coming in, as I see it, as kind of an extra boost for this happening on the planet. So Yeah.
I
Well,
agree.
it's kind of exposing the fact that, first of all, we don't know anything. We think we know a lot. We don't know anything. And with the new telescopes and stuff, like the
Yeah.
James Webb telescope, the things that they're picking up on, there is so uh, there is so much out there. We're talking billions and billions of stuff that we don't know anything about.
Yes.
And this is just this kind of like triggers our imagination
It
to like
does.
what is this about and where is this going? I've got a feeling, unfortunately for us, if we're not here for another 100 years, which we won't be, but into the future, this kind of we'll look back on this and it'll be the equivalent of when people finally realized that the earth wasn't flat. I mean,
Yes.
that's just
Exactly.
Yes.
how intense
Like,
this really is.
it's
There's
true. It's really
Yeah,
true because it's
true.
like the beginning of us switching our perspective to what is so. Just I love that flat Earth theory thing where, yeah, I mean they were killing people who came up with the Earth isn't flat. Oh, off with his head.
right. But I mean,
We
really,
don't want to hear that.
this three-eye atlas thing, and then there was two other things that came along within like the last 5 years that were similar but not the same. But that is the kind of stuff that it is designed. You kept saying it comes at this point in time in our life, and
Yes.
it is to trigger your imagination. It is to take
Yeah.
these scientists to say, yes, look what this is. Now let's go a little beyond the box, like we've been saying this whole time we've been talking about it.
Yeah.
And that's what, some of these real uh, super intelligent people are going to be looking at this going, okay, now what is this really telling us? And they will probably come up with something that will be like, wow, never even thought of it that way. But yes, there's so many secrets in the universe that
Yeah.
this is just
The tip of the
this is
iceberg.
well, it's like a speck of sand. It's
This
like
is,
a speck of sand
yeah,
compared to
we just
all
haven't even
the
we haven't even
mysteries out
begun.
there.
Right, scratching the surface of it all. I really love
Right.
that, Cleo. I love what you just said. I really think it's true. It's accurate that we are just now like babies in the galaxy, looking at what is so. And I
Yeah,
think our
because our
scientific,
technology has come up. I mean, our technology in the last 100 years has just it's really I'm amazed how much has occurred in the last 100 years. So you can just imagine in the next 100 years what's going to happen.
it's
But
going to be.
in the 1800s, nothing you wouldn't know anything about this kind of stuff. So
I
yes, we are just babies. We're like the fetus part of
we are,
of discovering
we
all
are
this
like the
stuff.
fetus level. We're
Exactly.
pre-pubescent, puba level. But I mean, when you think about it, though, that some of that advancement in technology, you have to relate to higher consciousness and people. Well, let's just say aliens gave us some toys to play with in back engineer.
Maybe,
And,
yes.
we got, microwave out of it, fiber optics, blah, 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 and on
And
and on.
computers. I mean, it
We
just
got, yeah, all of it. It dropped down into our awareness too. Some of those things from we actually opened up to start receiving more information, and some of those inventions and things that come into our awareness. I
well, and
think,
the aliens from other planets,
yeah,
they're just so far ahead of us.
yeah,
Just so it's just mind-boggling
it's
how far ahead of
mind-boggling.
us. So yes, there is a good chance that over time that they have given us little hints of, you can do this and this and this, and
Yeah,
starting with the bare basics of binary code and then expanding on that, and then, rockets and telescopes and
yeah.
computers and color TV.
I mean, color TV, Cleo. I mean, that was a big deal.
It was.
I mean, even a camera taking photographs of an image, all of that. I mean, just think of it. We take it for granted. Cell phones, just all of this technology. is an amazing thing. And that this, I almost feel like this 3i Atlas adventure we're on is in some way trying to bring us back to spirituality, because I really like what you said, Cleo, about it bridging that. It's that marriage where it's one thing, physics, and metaphysics, spirituality. It's all together. It is one thing.
Yes,
And
absolutely.
so I feel like that is the missing part in this technology adventure we're kind of going on, and to not lose sight of everything is even AI. It's all together with all of that. It's not.
Well,
a
I think with
separate
the
thing.
without spirituality, you're not allowed to progress. You're not allowed to
Yeah.
grow. You have to have
You,
spirituality in with all the other
you
technology.
really do for
And
the
that's where the psychics play a big part in this, because psychics will at least, just like what we're doing right now, will at least bring up some thought, some idea. Since we're not scientists, we don't know. And so we're just guessing. And where's that coming from? That's coming within spirituality. This
it
is
is
spirit helping us to help everybody else to progress. You'd be
exactly.
amazed how much psychics are helping the world right now.
They really are. And that's why more and more people are coming online to do this kind of thing, because you're seeing everything out of the box. You're seeing the grander scheme of things, the bigger reason why, and giving people food for thought so they can expand. And what is this all about? It's about expansion. And that's what we're doing. So I love that. I love what you said, Cleo. I really agree.
Cool.
Yeah. Jules Niner was referring to something that I think we already covered, but I just wanted to answer what she was saying.
Yeah.
She said, could it be also the amount of spiritual souls here it decided now to fly by? Well, it's not, it didn't just decide to fly by because of our number of souls, unfortunately. It started its journey so long ago that it was, I think, basically just fingers crossed that they'll be ready for us when we get there.
Yeah.
And we were. We are ready for it, and we do have the, because I mean, this thing could have come into our galaxy and we could just be like,
yeah, and just treat it like any other object. Oh, it's going by.
I just said, oh, it's another comet, it's just a strange big one.
But all the psychics on Earth, like Cleo said, are going, oh, wait a minute.
What does spirit tell me about this? That's what we're doing. What does spirit tell me about this?
Exactly.
And I also wanted to point out that Charlie Sage is saying, new Sag moon too. Well, Charlie, that's exactly why I put the show on tonight. Sagittarius is the new frontier. Whoops. Let's see. What I think the collective raises its consciousness. Yes, of course we will. But the new Sag moon, Sagittarius, is new frontiers, but it's also spirituality. It's high spirituality. It's looking at things with the highest intents for the good of all, and the masses. Sagittarius is Colossus striding the world. It's not just, and yet it is also the individual and the rights of individuals and the knowledge for individuals. So no boundaries. There's no boundaries. There's no them, us, it's this or that. Here's the category. There's the cutoff point. There's none of that now.
They're all about freedom. Sagittarius.
That's very Sag too. Freedom. Very much Sagittarius. Yeah.
That's how my son is, and he's a Sagittarius.
Yeah. There's a lot of let's just do it. Let's just go out and do it. And I think that's more the feeling that we're going to get. Yeah, it's very exciting. Very, very.
Yeah, that is exciting. I love that. I love that.
It's very exciting.
Yeah.
Well, anything else anybody wants to add?
No, I feel like we covered a lot of ground.
We did. We covered a lot of ground.
I feel like I need to go meditate for about an hour.
Yeah. And tap into 3i Atlas.
Exactly. And ask about that and just be whatever comes.
Yeah, whatever comes, it'll come. I feel like, and this is going to go on till January 8th, when this is what Michio Kaku said is when it actually leaves for Jupiter from its closest proximity to Earth, January 8th. So it's going to hang around for this length of time. So, yeah.
About 2 weeks, a little more
Yeah.
than 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay, so make the most of it, folks.
Make the most of it, folks. It's not, just be in the flow.
Yeah, for once, it's not about fucking letting go.
You don't have to
Be in the flow.
just be in the flow, baby. Just be in the flow. You don't
Let go of so
Well,
much
and
shit.
there'll be others. There'll be more.
That's what I was gonna say. Avi Loeb was talking
Yeah.
about his I can't remember the name of it, but his new place with the telescope and everything, observatory that is going to be in. Would be nice if I could think of the country that it's going to be in. It's in the southern hemisphere, and it's opening up. I don't know when, but they have the money for it and they're ready to build it. And he's looking forward to being able to track more objects. And it's his prediction that we will have a lot more frequently over the coming years. That
I
this
just got the chills. Yeah, for sure. We will.
I mean, part of it might be that we're just not looking in the right part of the sky because we're on this ecliptic.
Yeah.
And this is where we look for objects because there's other objects already there. But if you look in other places, you might see other things. And now they're going to be able to, they've got telescopes sort of stationed all over the world, amateur and professional observatories. And they are seeing more and more and more stuff. The trick is you have to have those trained professionals to know what am I looking at? What is it? So we'll see. All right, guys. Well, like I said, we're not scientists, but God, we're having a lot of fun talking about this.
It's interesting to think about.
Yeah.
Really fun. Really, really fun. Okay. All right. Well, thank you both for indulging me. This is a really fantastic topic. And I think the people in the chat really liked it too.
Yeah.
And am I doing anything more with 3i Atlas? Surely this is not just the last time we're going to be talking about this. Well, I'm doing something next Saturday, but I'm kind of free on the day after Christmas, the 26th. Maybe I'll do something else. I don't know. It just seems like a waste not to do another one while it's still close. So maybe we'll do that. I'll talk to you after, you guys. Maybe we can plan something. All right, everybody. Thank you for coming. Thank you for chatting. And hopefully we'll be doing a couple more of these before 3i Atlas, flies the coop and we can talk about this again.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, everybody. Thank you.
Everyone.
Bye.
Merry Christmas.
3i Atlas right here. 3i Atlas.
3i Atlas.
There we go.